Hello everybody, my name is Waddles. I hope you're doing well today. Welcome back to the channel, and today I have a pretty big admission to make. I missed a really big feature that was added in one of the most recent snapshots. This feature is honestly literally game changing. There are a whole bunch of uses for it, and yeah, it's just really cool, so that's what we're going to go over today. I haven't seen a whole lot of talk about this feature either, which is kind of crazy. This is really big, like no lie, and after seeing this feature I'm sure you are going to have a bunch of ideas, so by all means drop those ideas down below and I might make a follow-up to this video if there seems to be enough interest in that. And quick little promo before we dive into the video. I recently started a snapshot survival series over on Twitch where I play survival live and take input from you guys and kind of just have a whole lot of fun. So if you're into that, check out my Twitch, it's linked down below, and definitely go drop a follow. A follow is free and it's more content from me if you like what I do. But with that being said, if you enjoyed this video at any point, drop a like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. So, the feature. I've waited long enough, let's go ahead and show it off and start talking about this thing. It's really cool, and it can be done by doing this. If I press the button, I am swimming in air, but this is actually intended, I believe. This is not a bug or anything like that. A few weeks ago, the hitbox was changed with crouching, and players can now crouch under a 1.5 block area, which, you know, was not possible before, and this is now possible as well. So, obviously, as you can see here, I'm moving around through a 1 block area. There's no, like, tricks about it or anything. I mean, now I'm on barrier blocks, which looks like I'm, you know, T-posing in midair or something crazy, but no, I'm just on barrier blocks, and yeah, you can actually crawl and move around like this. You can, of course, turn and go on ice as well, which I'll show you in survival in a minute, and yeah, it's really easy to do, and yeah, turning everything is completely possible. So flipping over into survival here and doing the same thing, all that I'm doing here is pushing myself down. The piston pushes a block down, and you know, I'm kind of crunched down into a smaller space. If I go into third person here, you'll see, you know, it just kind of crushes me, and then the piston retracts and I stand back up if I don't move into a small area. So here I am, you know, in survival you can run, or I guess crawl and jump. Doesn't really seem to speed it up very much, but you can actually press the sprint button and move a little faster, and on ice it's pretty fast, but I wouldn't say necessarily any faster than the too high run jumping thing. But if you're making like a long tunnel, the 1 high thing is a whole lot less blocks. You know, you'd have to mine only 1 high of an area. But anyways, you can of course turn and everything like I said, but you cannot fit into a half slab area. You are just too big. You see, it doesn't work, but you can actually drop down into, you know, a 1 block space in between 2 blocks here. So I have a slab on the bottom and a slab on the top half here, and that all works the same. And here I am now crouching, and now that I'm crouching in this area, I'm kind of stuck. There's no way to really initiate this whole crawling animation or anything like that, other than, you know, physically being moved by something. But we'll talk about initiating this crawling stuff a little more in just a moment. So this is what I have set up and how I'm creating this. I have a line of redstone running into a sticky piston, and the piston just pushes a block down onto myself, and then I go into a 1 block area. Now, I did run a few tests. You can actually go up on these trapdoors here, and this space is big enough still, so you can move around in here, even though this is a little smaller than 1 whole block, obviously. Now, that works with the ceiling being trapdoors as well, and there is a very interesting mechanic here. So we have a trap door, and you know, normally if I move into this trap door and then I close it, nothing really happens. I would be standing in the trap door, but you can enter this crawling thing by literally just standing in a trap door and then moving around. So yep, it's actually way easier to enter than that whole piston setup that I was showing you. This is, yep, literally, that's it. Now, whenever you move to a space that is taller than 1 block, meaning like 1.5 or even just the normal 2 blocks, you will change your stance. Like, crawling is the least prioritized stance. So here we go into 1.5, and we are now sneaking. That's our current stance. And then if we had a 2 block high area right here, we would move, and we are now just standing like normal. So there's almost a little bit of a prioritization order going on, with standing being prioritized, then crouch, walking, and then finally crawling. The uses of this mechanic are pretty huge because, yeah, we can finally make like piping things or secret entrances like the one I have over here. So we have a wall, just with trapdoors at the bottom, kind of decorative. And if we stand in this trapdoor and open it, we'll find this secret vent here. And yes, of course, you can activate pressure plates while going across, them like normal. So you could do a signal or even some kind of way to close the actual entrance here. And yeah, just a whole lot more possibilities for secret entrances and just kind of like travel and transportation in your world. Now, like I briefly touched on earlier in the video, making a long road that is just one block high is completely doable and possible. So we'll start with a trapdoor like that, and then we'll move into it, close the trapdoor, grab our pickaxe, and start digging. And we can go like this and make a long tunnel to wherever we're trying to go, and you're mining half the blocks. Instead of a 2-block high space, you're mining a 1-block high space, and then of course you can come back in and put ice on the bottom and do the whole like run, or I guess crawl jump thing like this, just hitting jump a lot, and you move a little bit faster. And again, it's super easy to get in and out of because trapdoor, just close it, and then you are down in the crawling animation ready to go. And of course, you can mine and do everything that you normally could do in this like crawling formation. It's kind of funny looking for sure, like not a doubt about that, but I believe it to be a new feature, like permanent feature in Minecraft. But we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute because there is one more thing that I'd like to show you. So just in case you don't really understand why this is such a big deal, I have one more example. If we go down into this cave here, I actually have a hidden door set up right in here, and there is literally no way to tell that it's here other than this little button, if you notice that. So we'll stand here and we'll press the button, and then we are pushed down and moved right into our secret little bunker. Super easy to do and completely hidden. Like, it is near impossible to find unless you have like a different resource pack, or you just can kind of see the button, and everything that's going on here is really easy to do. So on the inside, I have, the same thing hooked up so we can exit, and I have the button right on the other side of this block here. So I have a line going into one piston that pushes us down, and then I have this line continuing down into a piston that pulls the wall block down. So if we take a look, this top one pushes down, and then this wall goes down as well. So you can move right through there if you're standing in the block already. So the button's a little tricky to press, but it's really not all that hard once you get it down. Completely hidden, super compact, and very nice. So, is this change for real? Is this a permanent change? I would say yes, and I have a few reasons behind that. The first big reason, and the main reason, is this tweet from a dev right here. It looks as if eventually a crawl animation will be implemented, at least ideally. Obviously, right now, this crawl animation that we do have is the swim animation that was added in the 1.13 update. And see, just to give you another look at it, yep, it is exactly the same as that swimming animation that was added in the update. Now, the second reason, why else do I think this is a permanent change? Well, the slab hitbox change seems to be a permanent thing as well. The whole players being able to fit into a 1.5 block space has been in the game now for a couple weeks and has not been removed at all or reported as a bug and confirmed as a bug by Mojang. So, it does seem like players can now get used to being able to go into these tiny spaces, and us as a community can actually start brainstorming uses, kind of like the things I've shown off in this video, for this new crawling thing. I don't know. To me, this is a pretty big thing. It's really cool, and yeah, but what do you think? Do you like this change, or do you think it's not really a big deal, or what? Share all your thoughts with me down below. Also, what would you be using this mechanic for? Share that with me down in the comments as well. But that just about wraps up today's video. So, my name is Waddles. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And all of my links are down in the description, like I talked about in the beginning, my Twitch. And down there, you can also find my Patreon, my Twitter, all of that kind of cool stuff. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Go have a good day.